my dialogue with discretion.
Perfect, perfect. All right. Well, welcome to the trials and tribulations of the Tenno Siege. Today, this is Fearless Anderson, and we're going to be going over a basic introduction to Warframe. It is a massive multiplayer online global community. My personal group, and they call them clans in the game, I'm not entirely comfortable with that term, but that's what they use, is the Tenno Siege, hence the title. I'm currently running my personal favorite frame, which is the Neja, with some mods, some basic mods. I'm going to go over some basic gameplay how-tos. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing earth-shattering, but just as a guide for any new players, especially if they're new to my stream, which will be just about everybody because this is only a few days old. And, just kind of letting people know about the game, why it's fun, why it's lasted as long as it has, because I think Altier, my second in command, is joining me today. How long has Warframe been going on, you think? I think it was about 7 years, 10 years? Yeah.
On the market, 9 years, 10 years unofficially.
Nice, nice. Awesome. Well, Warframe's a pretty straightforward shooter game, but there are a lot of tasks hidden throughout the game, a lot of tasks, and a massive variety of mission styles. But today we're just going to go with something straightforward. We're going to go with just a basic exterminate mission. So I'm going to head on over. I'm going to leave it on public since I'm in a party chat. The randos that might join me you won't be able to hear from them. But that is one of the neat things about this is if you're running with an open mic on your console, any rando can join and you can talk to people from all over the world. So it's been kind of neat that way. But for streaming purposes, I'm in a private room. I've got my second in command just kind of hanging out in the background. Adding in his 2 cents whenever he, if I say something that he disagrees with or is probably incorrect. But let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do one of the first missions that you'll meet as a new player, which is on Mars, called Hellas, and it's a basic extermination mission. So let's go ahead and get that started. Now, a lot of people play, what is that, Destiny and Destiny 2. And you'll see some similarities in gameplay, and the like. One of the neat things about it is the loading screen with your personalized spaceship. You can actually move yours, unlike Destiny and Destiny 2. But that's probably going to change eventually as Destiny starts to steal. All right, so I'm well into the mission. Now, every Warframe is different. The way it works is you are basically a space ninja, and your job is to run around clearing map nodes, completing missions for your clan or for just for game completion. Now, with this particular mission style, it is called an exterminate, and in this particular enemy of the mission, they are called Grineer. So something about Grineer is they're basically like an ancient race of space miners turned soldiers fighting against the Tenno, which are space ninjas. So the goal with this is they want to kill us, and we want to kill them, and it's just a simple shooting. Now there are tons of cool little mission extras, little challenges that the game developers want you to complete, that sort of thing. 3 basic means of fighting is your primary weapon. For this one, I'm using an automatic shotgun called the Cone. It's a Kuva variety, which means that it's like extra strong. I love it. Some people hate it. Now, there are also melee weapons, of course. Today, I'm running with my Paracesis, leveling that up. And then, of course, you have your secondary weapon, which is a small handheld, minigun of sorts. Different types of weapons. Every weapon has a different power, different characteristics of how it works. This is a beam weapon that just shoots out in chains with enemies, so you can kill potentially, upwards of like 20 enemies, at a time sometimes, depending on how much they're gathered together. And then, of course, you've got a variety of powers, like my Neja. If I do an R1 and X, I leave a flame trail that damages enemies. There's super jumping, of course, where you hold down L1 and then X, and you can launch yourself into the air. And then, yeah, so, I mean, the gameplay itself, the basic gameplay anybody can do. There are tips and tricks for each type. I think there's well over, I think we're at, 50 different frames at this point in the game they're out?
51 officially.
Yeah, and they range all over, and every type of player, has their different way of playing. And that's what makes this game so interesting, is that you've got just a variety. I think right now I'm looking 3 different with the randos. Every one of the randos was playing a different character. I think that was interesting. Basic controls you're looking at is with these randos. For example, they're all leveling up different characters. The current rank maxes out at 32, but don't worry. That sounds low, but it'll take you about 4 years to get there, give or take, depending on how often you play. There's a lot of grind to this game, however, with resources and the like. For example, let me go ahead and hit that last mission results button and give that a go, just to kind of look at what it was that's going on. Now, because I've reset my sword, I'm currently ranking that one back up. You can rank your weapons and power them up through a variety of mods, all the way to tailor them to your particular preferences for gameplay and power. So of course it is a video game credit system, so you will earn money for missions to spend on items in the game, and then of course resources to help build things in the game. So in that last mission I gathered a small amount of different bits of resources. I even accidentally apparently found a mod. The gameplay is so fast that you'll pick something up and not even realize it. And that's really how neat this game is how fast these missions can go. Rarely do missions last more than 5 minutes. And I thought that was kind of neat, right there, Al?
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the missions, depending on some of them, once you get into something more elaborate like mobile defense or spy missions, can take a little bit more time. Same thing with disruptions. And I mean, there's definitely, Warframe is that wonderful thing where there's a balance between either you like it or you don't, and it doesn't make a difference what anybody else thinks.
Exactly.
There's something for everybody in this game.
Yep, and there's a different
character,
weapons, you name it.
Yeah.
So,
but
yeah.
Realistically, everything is worth getting.
Absolutely, and everything counts towards experience, towards that level MR, Master Rank 32 right now. They'll probably have 33 available by the end of the year. So Al, what is your personal favorite character to play?
Which one should I
know you run Wisp a lot, which mine is currently sitting at level 0 for my second Wisp. I accidentally deleted Wisp a long time ago, and then just haven't really come back to master her again.
Well, I mean, for my go-to everything, it is my Wisp, and this is, kind of a word on play, because Ember was my girl for the longest time, and then I introduced her to Steel Path, and then she became a bug in a fly trap, and she just got annihilated. And then I basically use a frame for specific jobs, and there's frames that I have that I just play just because, and the rest of them are sitting in the closet until it's said time when I dust them off. There's a lot of stuff in this game.
It's way more than we can cover in one brief stream, because my real goal with this stream is to be less than 15 minutes today. One of the other cool things is the infinite ability to modify and adjust and change pretty much every aspect of the game. for your character. For instance, right now on my screen, I've got the physique and color structure of the character. So you can go in and come up with infinite color schemes. I like to run a black and red personally. That's been kind of my signature color scheme since I started playing years ago. I'm a big Snake Eyes fan. I'm a big Snake Eyes fan. So anything black and red for me is already gonna appeal. But you see hundreds of palettes that you can choose from. Some that cost money, and some you unlock through gameplay, and then some that you find by completing quests. So there's a lot going on with Warframe that can appeal to a variety of game type players. It's not an RPG, so there's not a lot of structure to a lot of what you do. They'll give you a basic mission, and there's almost an infinite way of how you play the game. Even though certain parts will have to be done in a particular way. There are a lot of cheats and a lot of shortcuts and a lot of hidden gems throughout the game. So here I'm just modifying up my Wisp. One of the requirements of the game is you've got to level things up. You've got to max out your characters. And I always recommend doing that, maxing up your character before changing to another one and doing it all over again, instead of kind of piecemealing, because the higher the rank of your character in the game, the stronger they are, the more powers you unlock. Each character comes with 4 basic powers that you can unlock. I'm going to head on back to my Neja just because he is my favorite. But the thing about Neja, and you'll look at it, is let's take a look at his abilities. Now, for Neja, my personal favorite, like I say, he's got Firewalker, which is his first power, where he runs extra fast and leaves a trail of flame that damages any enemy that comes behind you. You can use that offensively to get away, or to lay a trap of flame trail. Or you can use it defensively, where I will run circles around our mission target and leaving a wall of flame for enemies to walk into. Now, I've modified my Neja, which happens after you hit Master. You have to hit a certain level in the game to unlock this capability, to where you can switch out powers with other Warframes. I added what is called Zada's Whisper, where basically you activate it and it strengthens your primary weapon. And when you max it out to rank 3, you can add that extra damage. I've got 56% currently attached to it for extra damage, and it lasts for almost a minute, which is pretty long in a game like this. And you can activate it as many times as you need to for the length of your mission, as long as you have that extra energy. You'll notice as I put the cursor over these powers, it gives you a list of their abilities and their stats, including Drain, which is that little blue orb. Those are energy orbs that you'll collect throughout your gameplay. They just kind of keep your Warframe running strong. Warding Halo, I'm not a big fan of personally, outside of just... Yeah, right. I mean, I use it because I can put an extra shield on my character for those missions where, you're running solo and just getting shot a lot. There is a way, a mod that you can attach to it where you can put the shield on other players as well. I'm a selfish player personally. I cut that part out for other strengths to make my character a little stronger. But that is one of those versatile aspects of the character. And then, of course, Divine Spears. This I love for crowd control. Basically, you hit R1 and the triangle on your PlayStation button. I'm not sure for you console players out there what that exact command would be off the top of my head, but you'll have the ability to do this too. But it basically puts all of your enemies on pikes, and then you kill them with your weaponry. It's a great way to slow down the enemy if you're being overwhelmed. And those are the basics of Netza. Now, every character is different, and it would take me all day to come up with tutorials on how to play each character. So if there is a character that you're interested in learning more about, put it in the comments, and give this video a like, and subscribe, of course. And I might just cover it in another video later on down the line. So, Al, did I skip anything of import for a basic introduction?
No.
I mean, I could go over the foundry, which is where you build everything, your weaponry. You've got your star chart, which is something that I'm going to go into in depth on the next stream that I do. But for now, that is just your basic introduction into what Warframe looks like. Like I said, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, and I'm more than happy to run with you. This is FearlessAnderson, the faction leader for Clan Tenno Siege. Just a little bit about what that means. When you create a clan in Warframe, you will find that there are a lot of existing groups out there. This is one of the largest online gaming communities that has consistently been around for the better part of a decade. Currently, the membership consists of 331 members. At any given moment in our group, there are at least 18 people online to run with if you don't want to run solo. It's pretty cool in that, if you've got a question, you can put it into chat in the game. And if you need help, there's always somebody running around to help you. But overall, it's just great to be with other people who enjoy playing video games, and that's one of the reasons that I got sucked into Warframe several years ago. I think Al and I have been running just over 5 years now. I think, give or take.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, and but it's consistent. The community on this game is epic. A lot of great people. There's some douchebags out there, like any game. And you can block them, you can kick them from your group. Personally, like our clan, Tenno Siege, has some very strict rules as to etiquette. No hate speech, no homophobia, etc. We list them for everybody to be able to see. We are not an all ages group. The lowest we will invite, and of course this is always based off of attitude and maturity, is about 15 years old. That's just because nobody wants to run around with a bunch of little kids. With that in mind, if you're interested in learning more about Warframe, you want to join an active clan, shoot me a message, or shoot Altier, my second in command, a message. I'll go ahead and pull his information up right here on the screen. He's listed as a senior BAMF. So, just so you know, for those of you who don't know what BAMF means, I'm not going to say it today, but I'll let your mind let you do the homework on that one. Shoot us a message. We're more than happy to have any new player who really wants to get their feet wet in how to play the game. One last thing about Warframe is that it is multi-console compatible, which means that you could join a game with me. You could be on an Xbox, I'm on the computer or the PlayStation, and we're running missions together. And that's rare for a lot of video games these days, is that cross console activity. All right, FearlessAnderson signing off. Thanks for watching.